When you use ChatGPT, are you talking to a model or an agent? When Claude writes code for you, is that a model or an agent? If you're not sure, you're not alone. But here's the thing, the distinction is crucial for understanding modern AI. It's the difference between a tool that answers questions and a system that can actually take action in the world. Let me explain. Welcome back to the AI kingdom. We have covered what is AI, the levels from ANI to AGI, and how AI, MLDL, and data science relate. Now we are addressing a distinction that's becoming increasingly important as AI evolves, the difference between models and agents. This isn't just academic. Understanding this difference will help you know what AI systems can and can't do, understand why some AI products are more capable than others, see where the future of AI is heading. Let's start with models. What is an AI model? Here's the definition. A model is a function that maps input to output using learned parameters. That sounds technical. So let me break it down. Think of a model as a very sophisticated mathematical function. You put something in, you get something out, that's it. For example, take an image classifier. You input an image in pixels, it processes, the model performs inference, it outputs, this is a cat with 95 confidence or so, and done. The model has finished its job. Let's take another example, a large language model like GPT. It takes an input tags, for example, what's the capital of France? It processes it by matching the pattern across its training, then gives us an output like the capital of France is Paris, and then it's done. End of transaction. Here's what's crucial to understand about models. One, they're stateless per call. Each time you call a model, it starts fresh. It has no memory of the previous calls. It's passive. A model sits there doing nothing until you call it. It doesn't decide to act on its own. 3. No goals. A model doesn't want anything. It doesn't try to achieve outcomes. It just maps inputs to outputs. 4. No memory across calls. Ask GPT-4 the model a question, close the session, ask again, it doesn't remember you. 5. No actions in the real world. A model can say send a mail, but it can't actually send a mail. Image classifiers. Give it an image, get a label. Sentiment analysis. Give it a text, get positive or negative. Large language models. Give it a prompt, get text completion. Speech recognition. Give it audio, get the text transcription. Translation models. Give it in English, get French. All of these are powerful, but they are fundamentally reactive. They wait for input and produce output, nothing more. Let's be very clear about what a model cannot do by itself. A model cannot take multiple steps. Ask it to plan a trip, book flights, and make reservations. It can output text describing those things, but it can't actually do them. A model cannot use tools. It can't browse the web, run code, access databases, or send emails. It can only generate text. A model cannot remember. Each call is independent. It doesn't know what you asked 5 minutes ago. A model cannot monitor and adapt. If something goes wrong, the model doesn't know. It can't check its own output and try again. A model cannot pursue goals. It doesn't want to help you. It statistically generates likely responses. Here's an important distinction. When you use ChatGPT, the product, it seems to have memory and can browse the web. But that's not the model doing that. That's the infrastructure around the model. The model itself is just a function. This brings us to agents. Now let's define an agent. An agent is a goal directed system that perceives, reasons, acts, remembers, and repeats. Or here's the formula that captures it perfectly. Agent equals to model plus control loop plus memory plus tools plus goals. An agent is not just a smarter model, it's a system that uses a model as one component. Let me break down each part. The model, the reasoning engine, usually an LLM that can process language and generate responses. This is the brain. The control loop, the orchestration logic that decides what should I do next? Did my last action work? Should I try something else? This runs continuously. Memory, storage for context, past actions, user preferences, and accumulated knowledge. This persists across interactions. Tools, capabilities to interact with the world, web browsing, code execution, API calls, file access, database queries, etc. Goals, the objective the agent is trying to achieve. Be explicit, like book me a flight to Paris, or implicit, be helpful. Let's see the key properties of agents. Stateful. Agents remember what happened. They maintain context across interactions. Autonomous. Agents decide what to do next. They don't wait for instructions at every step. Goal driven. Agents have objectives they're working toward. They evaluate their progress. Can take actions. Agents don't just say things, they do things. Browse web, execute code, send messages, run in loop. Agents don't stop after one response. They continue until their goal is achieved or they are stopped. Let me show you how an agent actually works. It follows a loop, sometimes called the agent loop or cognitive architecture. Step 1, perceive. The agent takes in information from its environment. This could be user input, results from a tool it used, changes in the data it's monitoring, error messages, etc. Step 2, reason. The agent processes this information usually by calling its underlying model. It considers, what is my current code? What have I tried so far? What should I do next? Is my task complete? Etc. Step 3, act. The agent takes an action based on its reasoning, such as call a tool like browse web, run code, or send mail. Generate a response to the user, updates its internal states, or requests more information. Fourth, remember, the agent stores relevant information like what action did I take, what was the result, what did I learn, what context is important. Fifth, repeat. Unless the goal is achieved or the user stops it, the agent goes back to step 1. This loop is what makes agents agentic. They're not waiting for you to ask the next question, they're actively working toward a goal. For example, user gives an input like research the best restaurants in Tokyo for sushi and create a comparison document. Without an agent, like just calling a model, the model outputs a text about Tokyo sushi restaurants based on training data. The information might be outdated. No actual document might be created. Done in one step. With an agent perceives the request, reasons, I need current info, I should search the web, acts, and calls the web search tool for best sushi restaurants Tokyo in 2026. Remembers, stores search results, and then reasons about it. I need more details on top results. So it acts again and browses several review sites. Remembers, collects the rating, prices, specialities, and then reasons again, like I have enough information to create comparison, and acts and creates structural documents. And then it finally returns completed comparison document. Multi steps, multiple tools, actual output created. Let's put this all together in a clear comparison. Basic nature. Model is a function. Agent is a system. Model is stateless. Agent is stateful. Model is passive, only responds. Agent is active, it takes initiative. Model has no goals. Agent has objectives to achieve. Model has no memory. Agent has persistent memory. Model generates only outputs. Agent can use tools and affect word as actions. Model has single inference plan. Agent can continuously loop around until the goal is met or the agent is stopped. Example of a model is GPT 5.3 or Claude 4.6. Some example of an agent is like ChatGPT, or Claude Code, etc. Here's the key insight. The same underlying model can be used in different ways. For example, GPT 5.3 as a model, you call the API, send a prompt, get a completion, pure function, no memory, no tools, no goals. GPT 5.3 in ChatGPT, the same model but wrapped in agent infrastructure. The ChatGPT product adds conversational memory, stores your chat history, tool use like web browsing, code interpreter, Charlie, etc. System prompts, giving it goals like be helpful, control logic, deciding when to use tools. The model is the same, the system around it makes it agentic. Let's classify some real AI systems. Image classifier, model or agent? It's a model. Why? It takes image, outputs a label. Single step, no goals, no memory, no tools. What about GPT 5.3 API? Model or an agent? It's a model again. Why? Send a prompt, get completion, stateless, no memory between calls, no tools. ChatGPT, the product, model or agent. It's an agent. Why? Has memory like conversation history, has tools like web browse, code interpreter, has goals, help the user, makes multi-step decisions. What about Claude Code? Model or agent? Agent. Why? Runs in a loop, uses tools like file system, terminal, web, maintains context, works toward completing tasks, can take multiple actions without prompting. What about AutoGPT or AgentGPT? Model or agent? Agent. Why? Explicitly designed as agent framework. Sets sub goals, uses multiple tools, runs autonomously, has persistent memory. Spam filter ML model. Model or agent? Model. Why? Email in, spam or not spam out. Single decision, no loop, no autonomy. Self driving cars. Model or an agent? Agent. Complex one. Why? Perceives environment continuously, makes ongoing decisions, has goal, get to a destination safely, right? Takes real world action, adapts to changes. Why does this distinction matter so much? Reason 1, understanding capabilities. When someone says AI can do X, ask yourself, is that a model capability or an agent capability? Models are getting better at reasoning, but agents are getting better at doing. These are different trajectories. Reason 2, the future is agentic. The most exciting developments in AI right now are in agents. OpenAI's vision for AI assistants that can take action, Claude Code, etc., and computer use. The explosion of agent frameworks like LangChain, Llama Index, AutoGen, etc. We are moving from AI that responds to AI that acts. Reason 3, building AI products. If you're building with AI, you need to decide, am I building around a model or am I building an agent? Model only products are good for specific contained tasks. Agent products are good for complex multi-step workflows. Reason 4, safety and control. Agents are more powerful but also harder to control. A model can only generate problematic text, an agent can take problematic actions. This is why AI safety research is increasingly focused on agent behavior, not just model outputs. Here's the bottom line. Understanding model versus agent distinction helps you to correctly evaluate AI capabilities, build better AI products, understand AI limitations, anticipate where AI is heading. Hope this clarifies the distinction between models and agents for you. In the next video, we are going to finally come to the AI kingdom where we will be talking the hierarchy of AI techniques to build intelligent systems. Till then, subscribe and hit that bell to continue your AI education journey. I'm your guide at AI Kingdom, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you all. Bye.